Yeah, I agree. It's definitely a lot of education, like trying to get to these people because so many, and you wouldn't think it's the case today, right? With Google this and Google that, but so many people are ignorant.
Yeah.
I mean, back in my day, the insurance companies were the only source of information.
Yeah.
And I would argue biased.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, we get people coming in probably, I wouldn't say it's every day, but I would say more than once a week. This is my first accident. I don't know what to do. And it's, I like look at them. I'm like, really? I'm like,
right.
you're 35, you're 25. I mean, good for you that you're 40 and you never had an accident. But realities and the numbers, the facts, that's kind of your anomaly. And we educate those people and explain the claims process and explain our process because ours is different than most other shops. But doing that education, and that's when you try to build that, that stickiness, try to build that moat with the customer to make sure that they have a successful interaction and you're retaining that customer as a repeat client, and they're also recommending you to other
and I emphasize that here too, by the way, all the time, what you just hit on about the fact that we do have a much more comprehensive and personal approach to engaging the customer. We really do. And I could say that truthfully because I was on the road for 30 years. I obviously have been to many different shops in many different parts of the state. And V&J truly does and always has. I would argue it's more thanks to you. It's much more comprehensive and formal. But we really do take a lot of time to try and educate the customer. And that's a benefit to both, right? To the business and to them. And I think that's definitely where it starts, right?
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about that here in just a second too, with regard to how we get there. All right, so let's move along here. We may have talked about some of this. I don't know. There are major challenges facing the collision industry, both locally and nationwide. We've identified a few, and all right, so we're gonna talk about that now, right? We're gonna drill into some of this stuff right now, folks, with Chandler. We're gonna get his opinion here on some of these things that I feel are the most specific. There's a bunch more, I'm sure. All right, and we were talking about some things in the drive out here, but I think these are specifically the stickler points for the industry and for us in particular. So I think what I want to see is we're going to identify a few things here, and we want to find out how V&J is positioned to meet these challenges. All right, so let's take the DRP program first. All right, and what I did, folks, is now you've heard me. I'm going to talk to Chandler about some of these things. You've heard me talk about this, all right, on some of the shows where I identify these different things, the DRP, the photo problem, right? I tell you all the time, just say no to photos. You do not want to be taking photos of your damage constantly in the insurance company, the DRP program. And we're going to talk about some other stuff here now, but let's get Chandler's opinion on this and let's see what he thinks. So what do you think about the DRP program? A challenge, a hiccup, not to be concerned,
it was born out of, cost-cutting measures from a carrier perspective, from an insurance carrier, and
I can tell you what it was born out of. It wasn't born out to help us.
No, it was not. Yeah. No, it was born to just basically cut and make more money for the carrier and dividends at the end of the day, and did not take any, did not consider the repair itself and the safety and reliability of the vehicle.
I agree.
And so it's been a thorn in, everybody's side for a long time.